Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons why Ackie monitors make great pets, and this is going to be pretty unique. I at least hope so. I think I came up with 5 things that are pretty unique to Ackies, and not just the traditional, oh, they're a dwarf monitor, they're a monitor, but in a small package. I mean, that is the reason why, don't get me wrong, they are monitors in a small package, but we're going to be a little bit more unique than that. So let's get to it. Grab your popcorn, sit back, and look at reasons why you should be getting an Ackie monitor. So I was brainstorming about this video about 5 minutes before I started recording this, and I was talking to my girlfriend about 5 things that I really love about my Ackies, and one thing that really came to mind that are such unique things to Ackies is Ackie monitor dirt hats. Now you might be saying, John, what are you talking about? What's a dirt hat? Well, let me show you. I have multiple pictures of my Ackie monitors wearing a dirt hat, and it is such a cute, funny thing. I think I even have a clip. I should have some B-roll popping up probably right about now, showing off Dell with a little hat on her that's made of dirt and sand, or substrate. It's just so funny. When they burrow, they just sometimes come out with these little dirt hats, and I see these posts all the time on the Ackie Monitors fans Facebook page of Ackies in dirt hats, and I just never see it from any other reptile. You can't tell me that you can't look at this picture. Look at this picture right here, and that this isn't the cutest thing you ever seen from a reptile. They are just so darn cute wearing these dirt hats, and they're so funny and unique. I don't know, I just love it, and it's just such an Ackie signature thing. This is definitely the 5th reason why you should get an Ackie monitor. Well, John, that was quite a silly one to start out with, and while that is very unique to Ackie monitors, let's get a little bit more serious, and there's nothing more serious than tolerable poops. As us beardy owners and us Tegu owners might know, there are really stinky poops in this reptile hobby. And, you know, I just can't stand having all these reptiles with such stinky messes they leave behind. I mean, Frap poops outdoors, and there's like 100 flies on that thing within 30 seconds. I know, gross. But the one thing that you can guarantee from your Ackie, in my experience, is that there's poops, they won't be that smelly. If you dry heave to a bearded dragon or Tegu poop before and really aren't a nauseous person, make sure to subscribe, because that's the type of community we have here. So check the lower right hand corner, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell as well for more updates. In my experience of breeding and hatching Ackies, owning 5 Ackies myself, I've really never smelled a poop from them that was that bad. I barely smell them at all in their enclosures or anything. Obviously, my semi-bioactive setup helps with that quite a lot compared to my Beardy, who's currently on tiles. She is getting an upgrade, by the way, before you hate on me. But yes, their poops are just very tolerable. They're not messy. They are fantastic poopers. I cannot give too much more credit to them than I already have. I really appreciate that from them. So if you're looking for something that's not going to smell up an entire room, Accie's the way to go. Third on our list is after the initial setup of your Accie's enclosure, their environment, and getting their husbandry down pat around the first month or so of owning them, there's really not much day-to-day maintenance. Day to day, my Ackies are probably the easiest reptiles I own. Every other day, I feed them some inverts and I just kind of throw them in. They don't need a special way of feeding in a food bowl or anything. They will chase them down. Their water's pretty easy to fill. They get most of their water via their moisture, so it's not as important, although obviously give them water, make sure they always have water. There's just really nothing that takes a lot of time for them. Oh, their bulb went out. That's such a hassle. No, it's easy. Even though the bulbs go out that are halogen floodlights like every 2 days for some reason, it's not that bad. I really cannot complain. Again, especially with a semi-bioactive setup, there's just really not much to do but enjoy their presence and interacting with them. Here's my 2-week schedule for them. Every 2 weeks, I need to douse their substrate in about 2 gallons of moisture to keep the humidity in the substrate. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Every 2 weeks or so, I clean their water bowls. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And again, every other day, give them some inverts. They chow down, run around. It's entertaining at the least to do that, so there's really not much to it. I just feel that a lot of my time I spend with them is pure enjoyment. Not that husbandry related stuff is never enjoyable. It's just I get to do what I want to do with them and enjoy them how I want to enjoy them. You know, I go ahead, I make Max a salad about every other day, and sometimes it could be somewhat of a complex salad with getting different greens in there, putting some bell pepper in there, just for her to have her throw it across the enclosure, and then me have to pick up all the pieces. You know what I mean? That's just not fun. She thinks it's funny, but I don't. For number 2, this one I think is incredibly true and something I kind of just had a revelation for today. I think the Ackie Monitors are the best display animal. And I'm not saying by display animal meaning they are not handleable. Oh my god. Handleable. They are very handleable. I'm just saying in terms of display, watching, they are incredibly entertaining. I mentioned that in my Tegu versus Monitor Lizard video I just did the other day, but they are just so entertaining to watch. You can do so many things with their enclosure in terms of climbing areas and rocks and crevices to burrow and hides. There's just so much things you can do with them. My girlfriend's grandma stayed with us for a little bit to help with my newborn son, and she would just go in there, drink her coffee, watch the ackies run around and play, and she'd crack up the whole time. Like, you don't even need to be a reptile keeper to appreciate them and enjoy them. I really think that with everything included, like I said, designing the enclosure in so many different ways and their attitude, there's just so many benefits to them as a display reptile. I don't think you could beat them any other way. Finally, for your top reason, it's their personality. They are funny, they are enjoyable to watch, they are curious, they are intelligent. There's just so many different levels of their personality that are there to enjoy, and I just every day learn something new about them. Every day I laugh about something different they're doing. They get into little habits and routines, especially interacting. Now, don't cohab them right away. You do want some experience before going through that, because there is a lot of potential negatives that can happen, but seeing them interact, it just adds so much more depth to their personality. They are just so fun to watch. And I think I illustrated their personality in previous points. Ackie Monitor dirt hats. That's such a unique, funny Ackie thing that they do. They are so curious. You can do so many enrichment things with them. I did a video on Ackie Monitor enrichment, and they're very fun to watch doing enrichment, trust me, and they're very ideal to do enrichment with. They enjoy it quite a lot. They are always curious, looking around. Whenever you interact with them, it's not even like they're kind of checking you out or seeing if you're good or bad or how you're going to interact with them. They're just like, what's this new thing that I'm going to climb on? Should I poop on you? They just think in this really incredible mindset that I just love so much. I think their personality is really what made me fall in love with them as much as I have. All right, you know what? Let's just do a special 6th category, a bonus category. I get that whatever reptile you end up getting, you're probably gonna love their coloration or pattern in some regards, but what's unique to me about ackies is they're like a fingerprint. Each pattern and coloration mix is just specific to the individual. It's so cool. Look at this image here I saw on the Ackie Monitor fans Facebook page of side-by-sides of different backs of Ackie Monitors. Each pattern is different. Each coloration is slightly off. It's just really cool, and I love that about them. Now, unlike what is usually most common, I am a huge fan of yellow ackies. I love the ground colors. As they get older, they get more and more yellows in them. I just really love them over the reds. Not that there's anything wrong with the reds, but even so, they still exhibit some brown reddish colors, and I don't really see a lot of reds exhibiting any yellows, so you do kind of almost get the best of both worlds in a yellow ackie. To talk to their patterns, I think all I have to say is top enders. They have such a unique pattern. I love that line. Brandon from Rare Earth has bred out some really solid lines on his ackies that are just purely amazing to me. And apparently there's a more diverse coloration in the wild. I think I've heard of an island above Darwin in Australia that possibly has black ackies, which is insane if true. I just think they're so unique, and I'm not saying there's no other reptiles who have sort of this uniqueness in their design, their coloration, their pattern. It's just a big plus for me with ackies. Anyway, guys, that's the 5 reasons. Let me know if you have any other additional reasons to love Ackie Monitors in the comments. If you own one, let me know if you're about to own one or considering owning one, and if this video maybe pushed you over the edge or something to finally get one. So let's wrap it up, but first, couple announcements. Stay tuned. Make sure to check out the Patreon, guys. Thanks to Smooth Cat, Herb M, Angela L, and David T. You guys are great supporters. I really appreciate your contributions. You guys, too, can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. Check the top right for more information. Support the channel in a different way. Check out the merch. That will be in the description in a Teespring link. Today, just wearing my brand name, Professor Herp, but we have 4 different designs, guys. We got Ackie Monitor designs, Tegu designs, and Bearded Dragon designs. They'll see them to the left of my head, right of your screen. I think I said that right. Definitely check them out. I really love them. Cool to wear at conventions. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you checking out the video. See you next time.